The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie. Back Monday at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yes, indeed. Foo Fighters there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, 16 minutes past 5 o'clock.
Been having a bloody lovely time at home with the old bug assault rifle. These are these guns that shoot the flies.
Oh, yeah, good times.
I don't know if you've noticed. A few flies around. Bit of fly chat.
Yeah, especially when it's moist like it's been.
Yeah, it's moist. So I've been blasting away there. Blast-a-douche. And last night I was sitting there watching, well, I'm not going to tell you what I was watching because we've got that segment coming up after
Oh, yeah, what's on the TV with Mike Minogue?
Yeah, we'll be talking about that.
6:30, 6:45.
But I was watching that there just with a little glass of red.
Lovely. Pinot or a...
it might have been a Shiraz.
Shiraz.
Oh.
Shiraz. Okay. Yeah, nice.
And I had a little mouthful there, and I thought, oh, gee whiz, I've got a bit of food in there. So I just started chewing it. And then I thought to myself, how would food have got in there? I haven't had any food. And then it occurred to me, it's a fly. It's a fly. It's drowned in my...
Shiraz.
What
a way to go, eh?
And then I have put it in my mouth, and then I've chewed it.
Yeah.
That was good.
So
that was good eating.
Yeah, well, proteins, man.
And then the miss. Now I'm pretty sure that's what it was because I can't think what else it could have been.
Crunchy.
Oh, it was pretty soft. I've been marinated for a while.
It's had been brewing in there. So it was engorged with Shiraz.
Yeah, it was. That's right.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, man, that was good eating. But I think you've had something similar happen, haven't you?
Have I told you my wetter story?
Oh, the wetter. That was what it was. Yeah.
This is you wouldn't have heard this, Pugs. True story.
Not,
this.
No.
On my uncle's farm, and this is totally true, by the way. And there was this massive wetter on his driveway there. And I was like, "Hey!" to my cousin, "Look at this wetter, man!" And so I went and grabbed like a broom, like a little broom handle.
Oh.
Got the old broom handle. And because wetters freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I leant down over this wetter with the broom handle and just brought the broom handle down on the wetter on its bulbous body there. And it just exploded and squirted up its guts and stuff straight into my mouth. Totally true, man. And it was like a goat oyster, you know what I mean? It was like a duck turd size. And it was...
My throat's closing up.
Oh, mate. Oh, I still can taste it.
Instant karma, you'd have to say that was, wouldn't you? That's as instant a karma as you can get almost. Really good.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I just remember walking around my uncle's driveway going, "Ah! Ah!" and my cousin just pissing himself. Karma, all right. Eh?
Yeah.
Used to enjoy the hoo-hoo grubbers. Well, you ever had hoo-hoo?
Oh, how good are they?
Like peanut butter, Pugs.
Yeah.
Just get them out of the dead roots there and have a chew on those.
Give them a little chew and douche in your mouth there.
Squirt. That was rough.
Can't tell you how
Oh, and it was
feral that's made me feel.
It was a fat bastard too.
Good eating?
Yeah, I'll do it again.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
DD Smash there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon, 26 minutes past 4 o'clock. Humiliated myself slightly today, Mogi.
Oh, yeah.
True story, this. Totally true. So I rang the bank today because I needed to reset my mortgage.
No, it's a good time to do it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Our fixed rate came to an end this week, so we needed to reset it and stuff. And sorry about that. So
gross.
So I went through the rigmarole of, ringing the bank and then getting the central bank, and then they passed me on to the branch, and then the branch and bring me back, and then I got through to the branch, but I was on hold. You
Right.
you cough.
No, you're good.
And I was on hold, and I was like, classic sort of elevator music going on.
Nice.
What was playing?
It
Probably
was,
Brooke Fraser.
yeah, it might have been Brooke Fraser,
You
actually.
get a lot of Brooke Fraser
Goes
on
hard.
the bank.
Whatever happened to Brooke Fraser? She's still got because she
She's
went over
living
to
in Aussie now, yeah.
she's Aussie.
Yeah,
'cause
lovely
I
time.
was actually quite a big fan of Brooke Fraser.
And she never gets in touch now, does she?
No, she never does.
Oh, no, big time in Aussie.
Yeah, left me way in the dust. And I was actually bursting to go for a wee, and I was like, well, I'm on hold here. This is going to take forever. So I go for wheeze, but I took my phone with me just in case they answered. And they answered midstream, and she
Yeah.
was a powerful stream, man.
Right.
And you can imagine one hand I was holding the phone, and the other I was sort of trying to control what was going on, because it was like a fire hose on full gun. If I let it go, it would be spraying everywhere. And occasionally I'd dip into the bowl there, and the sound would come
Yeah.
through. And I swear to God that the woman at the other end knew exactly what was going on.
Well,
Because I was doing the, you know how I do the,
She might have thought you
I've
done
got that
something
audio.
else.
yeah. Well,
I've got wheeze audio.
yeah, this is what you know what I'm like when I wee.
This is old Hoity J coming down the stairs there. This is when we were staying together, wasn't it, Jace?
Yeah.
Recorded you. In the old court. And you did that on the phone, did you?
Yeah, I was doing all that while I was working out my fixed mortgage rate.
She wouldn't have had any idea, man.
You don't think?
Nah.
Because it was about as loud as that as well.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about it was that when we started, she said, well, the fixed mortgage rate for 1 year was, 4.5. And then by the end of it, it had gone up to 7.2.
Yeah.
And it was like, how does that work?
Yeah.
And then I said, I want to take a chunk. I want to pay a chunk.
Yeah.
A one payment out of the mortgage without penalty. She said, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So it was a bit, I don't know. She seemed really nice at the start, but then once I'd finished the conversation, it seemed like it had gone horribly wrong.
I can't get away with anything these days,
No,
man.
I know.
PC gone mad.
Totally.
Ugh.
Can't a man do a massive urination while he's chatting?
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had a similar experience once there when I was talking to my doctor while I was doing a steamer.
Yes.
And God, the indignant response.
Yeah, you're a grunter, eh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that was part of the reason why I was ringing him.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
I was like, listen to this, man. Does this sound all G to you?
Yeah.
And
And was it all G or?
well, by the time I got my phone back up to my ear, he'd hung up.
Oh, right. Okay.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
The Black Crows there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 5:43, by the way. For those of you that care, don't forget, by the way, you can always text us 3483 anytime if you want to ask us anything you like, or give us a call on 0800 Hodaki if you want a bit of a chit-chat. I tell you what, Mogi, I don't know what else you got up to this weekend apart from getting on it, because it's your last few days of getting on it. But I went to the movies with my beloved.
Oh, the pictures.
Yeah, the pictures.
Do you call them the pictures or the movies? I guess the movies.
I call them the films.
Oh, the films.
Yeah.
I call it the cinema.
And which was really nice, I'm enjoying getting back into the movies because I went through a phase where I'm such an anxious human being. I can't sit still long enough to watch a movie, and I get really self-conscious about annoying people next to me by constantly getting up and shuffling and doing all that.
Like you've got ants in your pants.
Ants in my pants. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But anyway, I also like to take care before I go to the movies that I've done all my ablutions.
Nothing worse.
I'm with you.
Because
Poopies.
I cannot and will not and am completely incapable of using public facilities. I
without
just
your
have,
caregiver?
Really?
Yeah, totally.
Right.
I just can't do it.
You could do wheeze?
Just.
Yeah, right.
But there I was, watching The Whale with an absolute steamer brewing. And I was just like, oh, no. Worst case scenario. I didn't go in the end, but Jesus.
Because normally you drive home, eh?
Yeah, stabbing pains in the old abdomen there, just holding her in there. But I just can't do it.
That's so funny. I'm the complete opposite.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I can only go for number twos. I don't want to be foul here, Keyzie.
Right.
Yes.
But I can only lay steamers
What?
in public toilets.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and the
yeah.
more foul, the better. So if it's got no seat, it hasn't been cleaned for a couple of weeks, that's best case scenario for me.
What? You enjoy that?
Oh, it's not a matter of enjoyment. It's just that's the only way I can get it out.
Right.
You see, for me, it's... I think it started about sort of a year and a half ago when old Keyzie was talking to me about
What?
how he had his atrocity at midnight and had to shower,
I had that shower,
afterwards. And I...
There was one time.
And I don't know, I go into a cubicle and I just break up into a sweat.
Yeah, thinking of
Keyzie,
Yeah.
just doing an absolute landmine of a steamer there, and I just pucker up.
yeah. Well, what I like about going into a public toilet, I guess, is that it's all care and no responsibility.
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's just and then I can just walk away.
But what if
Because
you're...
there's never any toilet brush in there, and if there was, I wouldn't go near it.
Yeah.
You
What
know
do
what
you-
I mean? And oftentimes, I just sort of...
What about first thing in the morning where, you wake up, do you have to walk to the local public park or something and use the toilets?
Oh, well, generally, I don't need it until a little bit later.
Right.
So, yeah, I just save it. There's a school on the way to work, so I just drop in there. They're funny, the school toilets, man. They're only little.
Yeah.
So, so I can either do that or just when I drop my daughter off at daycare.
Well, that's actually, and in all seriousness, that sort of scenario is better for you because you're doing the squat,
Well, that's the thing. 'cause
which
the
is a healthier way of excreting.
Well, it's quite funny, man, because the toilets are so small. I mean, you're talking about for 2 and 3 year olds, they're bloody
toddlers.
tiny.
Wow.
Yeah. And so when you lay a Keyzie in there,
No,
Yeah,
don't start.
it looks like a giant.
Yes.
And are you just leaving it? Are you flushing it?
Well, because it terrifies the kids, man.
So you just leave it in there and then watch them go in and get terrified.
Yeah. Because they're all looking at each other going, who the hell was that?
Yeah.
It was old Mogi.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. Back Monday at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oasis there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Wednesday afternoon. The time is 5:41. Remember, at any stage during the show, you can text us 3483 and say good day. Or, if you want to have a bit of a chit-chat, you can call us on 0800 Hodaki.
Yes,
Minogue?
you can, absolutely. Would love to have a chat.
I think sometimes people get a bit shy or, they're intimidated by the fact that we're top radio
Superstars.
DJs. Yeah. And they go, oh, I couldn't possibly, but you can.
You can.
And Pugs will take your call and see if you're...
Up to scratch.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, now you remember, fellas, I was telling you about a weird development in my local dairy there.
Oh, that's right.
Where he's a new owner, has done a bit of sort of rebuilding in the dairy there, and he's built a filth booth.
Yeah, man.
A
how
filth
good.
booth.
Yeah.
Oh, like a porno section.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Did you not hear about this, Keyzie?
No, I was away on my honeymoon getting married.
Right. Yeah, so he literally
wife.
built this, because he initially built this quite large space in the corner of his dairy, and I was like, what the hell's he doing there? He must be storage or something. It's a filth booth.
Right, because it could also be a vape room, but he's gone for
Filth.
Oh, wow.
Filth, but filth. Man.
It's like a
booth.
church.
And the really
Praise be
interesting...
to the filth.
And the really interesting thing about it, which I didn't even think about, but Mogi brought up, which is fascinating, it's got a door, not a beaded curtain.
Yeah.
So you literally open a door and then close the door behind you, and you're
Wow,
in this
Yeah.
filth booth.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why the beaded curtains were so good, because one, as a store owner, you knew when somebody entered or exited. And also you could see in there, if you made a good attempt, you could have a little gaze and see what was going on in there,
Window
so
shopping
could people
almost.
start going at each other,
Yeah, totally.
Going at
And you're
themselves.
able to peer through and see if there was sort
Any
of
silly
Keyzie
business.
pervies in there, and just move it.
Yeah.
Actually, I needed you, Keyzie, because I thought, God, because I was curious about it. You know what I mean? I thought, what a weird thing. I need Keyzie.
What, you
Keyzie
need
will
me to go in there and to
go
tell
in
you
there.
what's in there?
Yeah, totally.
Just go and have a look, man.
But today I finally broke, and because my curiosity got the better of me, I
Yeah.
just
Curiosity
had to,
killed the cat, Keyzie.
I
Can you
had
write
to
that
check
down?
it out. So I go in there, filth.
It was filth, was it?
Yeah.
In the filth room.
Yeah, in the filth booth. Filth everywhere.
What kind of filth?
Well, your magazine filth,
Oh, that's
yeah.
old school.
your DVD filth.
What about like Blu-ray, 4K, HDR?
Nah, there's none of that.
Oh,
in there,
okay,
Keyzie,
yeah,
no.
cool, cool.
Oh, you mean like the disc thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's probably some Blu-ray there.
Yeah.
A lot of blue in there, I tell you. And anyway, so I closed the door behind me, so it already felt weird. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
And how small is it? Is it quite small?
Oh, it's probably about half the size of the studio.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
Yeah. So it's quite big.
2x2.
There's a lot of filth in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, I had a little bit of a gander, and I went, oh, God, I got to get out of here. Walked out the door, boom. Who do I run into?
Oh, no.
My youngest daughter's
Oh, God.
best friend's mum. And she sees me coming out of the filth booth, right?
Was she on her way into the filth booth?
No, she wasn't there. She was just going to the dairy.
Because that would have been the ideal.
Yeah, that would have been better, obviously. But she saw that I'd come out of the filth booth, and we caught each other's eye. And then she did that sort of weird thing of trying to pretend like we did that weird thing of, pretending like we don't know who we are. Lovely day. Yeah.
Wow, that must have been really humiliating for you.
Well, yeah, especially when you consider, Keyzie, that I had half a mongrel as well.
Was it out or what?
It was trying to get out, Keyzie, I tell you.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
This is breaking news.
Filthy,
Dirty.
gutted,
Spewing.
livid
Outraged.
would pretty much sum up how Mogi and I are feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
A little shipment coming our way.
We made an order, didn't we?
Yeah, we did make
You make an order online.
Yes.
You get your tracking going and all that sort of thing. It doesn't move for ages and ages and ages. You're like, hang on a minute. You put in a few phone calls, still doesn't turn up. What the hell's going on with it? Nobody seems to know anything. Nobody's answering the phone. Can't get any answers. Next thing you know, it's in the bloody paper.
Yeah.
Well, with all the flooding in that,
Bobbing all over the place.
but shipping has been massively under the pump lately. So,
Keyzie.
courier, yeah.
I don't care what's going on with the shipping, Keyzie, to be honest with you, mate, as long as they get me what I need to get. You know what I mean? It's, and it's not a small item we're talking about here either. It's a
I don't
significant
know how
item.
you lose it.
No.
You can't lose it.
It's not something that falls out of your pocket there, Keyzie.
You don't just have $500 million worth of coke falling out of your pocket, Keyzie, into the Pacific Ocean, do you? Or maybe you do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, with the sort of operation you run, I wouldn't surprise me at all, Keyzie. You know what I mean?
Wait, so you're saying you guys ordered $500 million worth of cocaine,
Yep.
got it couriered or something, shipped,
Shipped.
Yep.
and that's the one that was found in the Pacific.
Yep.
That was yours.
Yep. 3.5 tons.
Yeah. Biggest bust in New Zealand history.
It was all aboard the SS Good Times.
Sure was, mate. And sorry, what bust?
Well, it was a drug bust. It was
It
clearly...
wasn't a bust.
It was a find.
They found it in the ocean,
They
Keyzie.
busted it.
Hardly the bust of the century.
Well,
Exactly.
however that was found or
Nobody.
whatever.
Oh no, it's just floating in the ocean.
Yeah.
Um,
It'll be
Finders,
more-
keepers, losers,
Yeah,
weepers.
totally.
it still stops drug dealers, you know, like you guys were clearly planning on selling it to the community, so...
Well, no, Keyzie. Actually, it was Percy. That is personal use. And you know, look, I'm all for stopping and getting out into the community.
Totally.
But what happens between me
Well, just
and
because it's less for us.
me and Hoyte J and our 3.5 tons is between us.
So you were
It
going
doesn't
to...
affect anybody else.
No, exactly.
So 3.5
Mind
tons
your business.
was for you two, and you two alone.
Yes.
Have you ever heard the phrase medicinal purposes, Keyzie?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was enough to service the whole of New Zealand's cocaine habit for 30 years.
They always blow these things out, you know, when they're reporting on it, you know, as yada yada $500 million would service
But it
New
was
Zealand
$500
for,
million.
30 years, all that
Yeah.
kind of nonsense. I reckon that would have taken us to the probably end of March
What, next year? Or this year?
this year, yeah.
Right. How can you afford $500 million worth of cocaine?
Go, we put it on tick.
It's on tick, that's
It's
the
on
problem.
tick. That's the thing, man.
Yeah.
So what happens now? I have to look over my shoulder worrying about the cartel? Is that what happens?
You bought drugs off the cartel on lay-by.
No, not labor.
tick. What's
tick?
Oh,
You put
like
it on
finance.
tick. Put it on tick. Pay you later.
I'm good for it.
You know me.
Yeah.
Mogi.
Well, in a way, it's kind of, given our previous orders, it's probably not such a bad.
No.
I mean, if they're going to lose any order, it would have been this one.
Oh, so there was a small order.
Totally, it was. Yeah.
That was just to tide us over.
Yeah, to get us through to the next big shipment.
Right.
That better not be bloody rooted, or I'll be filthy.
Unbelievable, man.
All right. Well, I feel sorry for you guys. Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah.
Hey, now listen. Just on the tool chat, by the way. We need some tools. What tool do you want us to talk about next on Tool Chat on 3483? Let us know, will you?
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. Back Monday at 4 on Radio Hodaki.